Hello, today's tutorial is on shoulder stand pose, Salamba Sarvangasana. This is an inversion pose and it strengthens the upper back, arms, and shoulders. It also requires a strong core. Now let me start with a demonstration of this pose. We are going to start in supine position. So in order to enter this position, we have our feet hip width apart and or even wider, and we round the back in order to roll down. So now from here, we're going to have our arms by our torso so that our elbows are close beside our torso, okay? Elbows are not flaring out, elbows are in. So, from here, we straighten our legs up and we slowly shift our weight backwards beyond our head. So we do that by moving our legs beyond our head. And from here, we try to put our hands under the back to support the back, and then we straighten up. Over here, ideally you will have your feet in line with your hips and in your shoulders. If you wish, you can move your hands further down the scapula in order to straighten up your torso even more. And you're free to point the feet or otherwise keep the feet neutral. Make sure that your elbows are not flaring out in this position. Okay, now let me talk about the first modification. So if it's difficult to keep your legs straight, one thing you can do is to keep your hips lower and to keep your feet over the head. And I'm going to show you this without a chair and also with a chair. So in position, this is the first variation. You can do it so that your hips are lower, your hips are not in line with your shoulders, are not above the shoulders, and your feet do not have to be in line with your hips as well. So your feet go over beyond the head, and you keep the support of your hands on your back in this position. And this can also be done with a prop like a chair. If you prefer, depends how high your legs are, you can bring in a chair if your legs are high up. Otherwise, you can also work with a lower stool at this level, or if your feet are can almost touch the ground or something, you can even place blocks. So it depends how you feel, okay? So let me show you this version with a chair. So to do this simpler version, if you feel like it could help you by putting some weight of your feet on the chair, please bring in a chair or another surface. Like I said, higher or lower all depend on your needs and where you feel comfortable at, okay? If you're not comfortable having your feet, your legs suspended off the ground yet, or even to lift the legs up. Okay, so now I want to talk about another option. You can also bend your legs if you wish to not work with a prop, okay? And in the same time, I will also show you one thing to do if your elbows are flaring out very much, okay? The strongest support is to have the elbows in, tucked by your body, because then you form 90 degrees angle with your arms and it gives the strongest support possible. If your elbows are flaring out, then it becomes weak, and then that's where you start to collapse in the shoulder area, okay? So let me put this chair away and let me show you both at the same time. The bent leg version and also the version with a strap to try to keep your elbows shoulder width apart, okay? So we're gonna place the strap just slightly above the elbows, not on the elbows, but slightly above them, okay? So that we're gonna do something like that. So we're just gonna keep the strap on one arm for now as we roll down into supine position. Same, we roll down from here. If you can, we're doing a very small bridge pose where you can just slip your other hand into the strap, okay? Squeeze your glutes and hamstrings. Make sure to engage your muscles and place the strap. Okay. So you might feel a resistance now where it helps to keep your elbows in, okay? So now from here, it's the same. When you wish to go in, shift the weight over so that your hips start to lift off. And then if it's difficult to keep your legs straight, you can always bend your legs, okay? It might make it easier, and for now, just aim to have your knees in line with your hips and in line with your shoulders. And if it might help you, you feel also the tension that keeps your elbows in instead of flaring out. Okay? Alright, come down slowly and let's remove the strap. Alright. So this is the end of this tutorial, and I hope you really enjoyed it and that you found it useful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next tutorial. Namaste.